Welcome everyone, this is Quebec Singh, and in today's video is going to be totally practical about visitor visa of Canada, because in the last video I have given explanation what all are the documents required for visitor permit of Canada, and in today's video it's going to be all practical where we're gonna dive into my system and we're gonna learn step-by-step process how to log in into the system and where to go, how to upload documents, and how to submit your application. So in today's video, we're gonna learn all the things practically. Let's move into my system very quickly, and I don't want to waste any more time because I am excited to guide everyone here in this video to apply their visitor visa for Canada by themselves so that they do not need to go to any consultant and waste their time, and everyone who wants to come here in Canada can file their application by themselves. That is the motive of this video and the previous video. Before diving into my system and taking a look step-by-step process of visitor permit practically, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the like button as well. Hi guys, welcome back to my screen, and I'm gonna begin the process of practical process of applying visitor permit of Canada, and I'm gonna do a quick steps because if I will speak at every step then this video is going to be very long, so I will just try to make sure that this video not go very long, so please bear with me, and thanks for staying with me, and let's begin the process. So first of all you have to put canada.ca, and then you have to hit English. Then you will come here, you have to hit visit Canada, and then you will see find information about visiting from outside Canada. When you hit this, you will get this information here, and then you have to hit apply for a visitor visa, and you will see numerous options here, and we need to apply for visitor permit of Canada, so we can hit apply here, and then you come down and you will see various options which you need to select. What will be your reason of coming to Canada. So I'm gonna select to unite with a family member, and you can select according to your option, and then you can hit get instructions. Once you hit get instruction, you will reach here, and then you have to select yes, I want to unite with a family member, because this was the reason you have given in the previous page. And then you have to hit this green button here, how to apply for visitor visa through IRCC portal, because there is only one way to apply for visitor visa of Canada online, that is through IRCC portal. And then you will see various options here. It will tell you how to apply, create online account, sign in process of IRCC portal, another option. So if you have already an account, then you can hit directly sign in. If you don't have, then you hit sign up and apply. And then you have to hit apply for a visitor visa for myself, or if you are applying on behalf of someone else, or if you are applying for yourself and as well as on behalf of someone else. So I'm gonna hit this option right now. Do you have already an application in process? So I'm gonna say no, and then we need to hit this button here, get an IRCC portal account. So the instruction says here you will hear from us within 14 to 30 days, which means when you submit your application, it takes some time for visa officer to reply back to you, because once they start working on your file, then only you will hear back from immigration officer. So be patient, don't be get impatient. Pretty soon, at least give them a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks. So we're gonna hit get an IRCC portal account here, and then you need to put email ID for registration. So I'm gonna put email ID here. You can copy and paste here. It's not copy and paste, but so you have to put email address, and then you will hit get invitation code, and then you have to copy this code for further actions and continue to IRCC portal sign up process. So invitation code which you have copied, you can paste here, and the email address which we have used earlier, we can put it here, and then the password. So you have to fill all the required field. The optional field can be left without putting anything on those boxes. So select telephone number of for the country or territory. So you have to put your country code and then the telephone number. So every information has been filled here. Make sure your password match. If something is wrong here, then it will not let you go further. Then you put sign up. So you will get a verification code which has been sent to your email account, which you have to enter here. So I'm gonna check, and I have received this email, that is IRCC portal, and I have to put this code into this page. Then you have to say confirm, and now you have to relog in it with the email address which you have already used for creating your account. So once you put your email ID and password, then you can hit sign in, and it will take you to the IRCC portal here. And these are terms and conditions. If you want, you can read it, and then you have to accept it. You will see various instructions. You can read that, and then you can start your application. Apply for a visitor visa. So you can see if you are eligible or not. So most of the people are eligible unless and until you did some big criminal activity in your country. So I think most of the people can apply here, and then you can see the steps to complete the application. Then you have to acknowledge it that you have understand the above information correctly, and then start the application. Do you want to apply for more than one person at the same time? If you are applying for more than one person, then you can say yes, but I will say no for now. Application for a visitor visa or a study permit. So this is for visitor visa. So why do you need a visa? We need to pick one option from here. So the most suitable option is like we gave the reason we want to reunite with a family member. So to visit other family who are not listed above, or friends for less than 6 months. So this is the perfect option for now according to the option we have selected earlier. Then tell us more about what you will do in Canada, include dates. So we're gonna say to meet with family member, and date I'm gonna say starting from August 1st 2023 to September 1st 2023. And then when will you enter Canada? So we have given 1st of August, so we can say 2023 1st of August. And then when will you leave Canada? So you can say the same date which you have put here, 1st of September. UCI, it's an optional, so just leave it and then save and continue. You selected visitor visa to see family or friends, so it's gonna tell you what documents you need to complete the application. So you can read that information you need to enter is that personal travel document, finances, educational history, criminal security, medical background, and family information. And document, you need a valid passport or travel document, which must have at least one free page for stamping purposes. After hitting continue, we are here. So are you applying on behalf of someone else? So we have to say no. Travel document information of the applicant, which means it's your document information, travel document information. So write your name exactly as it appears on your passport. So I gonna say Singh and Jasminder here, and then date of birth, you can say anything for now. Say, and then gender, then save and continue. Travel document of the applicant. What documents are you traveling with? Passport, of course. What kind of passport? Regular. If you have any other option, or if you want to pick any other, then you can select that option. Select the country or the code of matches the one in your passport. So you can select your country, nationality on your passport. Again, you can select according to your passport. What's your passport or travel document number? Confirm your passport or travel document number. So date of issue of the passport, you can select date according to your passport details. Date of expiry, then are you lawful permanent resident of United States? No. Have you held a Canadian visitor visa in the past 10 years? No. If you already held it, then you can say yes. Do you currently hold a valid US non-immigrant visa? No. Are you traveling to Canada by air? Then yes. Country or territory where you were born, so you can select the country where you're born and the city. Are you citizen of more than one country or territory? No. So which country or territory are you citizen of? Just write that I am a citizen of country or since birth. Yes, I am citizen of this country or territory since birth. So after putting all details, you can save and continue. Nationality identity document of the applicant. So you have to provide the document number of national identity. So I'm just putting demo document number here. Date of issue, select the country or territory that issues this document. So you can select the country which has issued your national identity document. So I have selected mine. Then you can hit save and continue. Name used in the past. Have you used another name in the past? So if you have used more than one name in the past, then you have to say yes and provide the detail. And if you haven't used any other name in the past, then you can say no. Save and continue, and then you're gonna come to the next page which says contact information of the applicant. Select the country or territory. So it is India. Street address, is your mailing address the same as your residential address? If it is not, then you can say no and provide more detail. If it is same, then you can say yes. And in the last option, you will see list your current country or territory of residence, then add all other countries or territories with where you have lived for the past 5 years for more than 6 months. So you have to list where you are living right now, plus in the last 5 years where you have lived more than 6 months. You have to add all that information here. So I'm gonna add so if I haven't gone anywhere since my birth, then I will write like from my birth I am here. So date of birth what we have given earlier was 11 November 1995. So this is where I currently live. So you do not need to fill more, and you need to just save. And if you have lived in more than one country in the past 5 years and for more than 6 months, then you have to add more. And then you can save and continue. Then biometrics, fingerprints and photo of the applicant. Do we already have your fingerprints and photos, and are they still valid? So depends on your situation. You can select yes and no. And then invitation. On the invitation page, you have to give the information of the person who is inviting you. So who is inviting you, write your inviter's name exactly as it appears on their passport or ID. So last name I can select, and relationship to you is family member. Mailing address of Canada. So you can write any mailing address here, whatever your family member have in Canada, and then you can proceed further. And then you have to give the detail of telephone as well of the inviter. So and then that person should be in Canada, so you have to provide the telephone number. And the email address. Has someone else also invited you? So you can select yes or no, depends on your condition. Finances. How much money do you have for your stay in Canada? I have already made a video how much money you need to put here. So right now I am putting $12,000. Is someone else giving you money for your stay in Canada? Then you can say no here, because if you are showing proof of fund by yourself, then you have to say no. Information about your education, work and other activities. Post-secondary education history. Have you ever studied at post-secondary school? And I can say yes, and then you have to add the information. From year 16 to, let's say, 18 till May. Level of study, we can say college diploma. Field of study, medicine. Address, street address. So this information has been saved here of your study. And then if you have more education, then you can click add here and write it here. Moving forward, now we have to give details of all our employment and activities since the age of 18. So you have to write all the activities which you have done since the age of 18. Sometimes it also asks for the past 10 years, not from the 18 years. So it depends on the date of birth. So you have to write all the details since the age of 18. Doesn't matter if you were employed, unemployed. So whatever you were doing in the past 10 years or since age of 18, you have to write it here. You have to add it here. So what I will do, I will select a single entry, which means I will not break down. You can break down if you have worked with 4 employers, you have to add 4 employers, and at certain period of time you were unemployed, then you have to select unemployed during that period of time. So I will select a kind of I will select this period. It's an ongoing, and job activity, anything. Let's select administrative service manager, company GHJ limited, and then main duties supervisor. So you have to write whatever main duties you played in with that employer. So you have to write duties in a short here, and then address, select a country. So I'm gonna select this one, and then you have to write the state, and then you have to write the street address and city and town. Then you can save it, and then you can move further in the application. During the past 5 years, have you traveled to a country or territory other than the one where you are citizen or where you live now? So this is travel history form. So if you have traveled, then you have to say yes and write the details. But if you haven't, then you can say no. And you can save and continue. Travel history. So have you ever stayed in Canada beyond the validity of your status? So we have to say no. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit, denied entry to or order to leave any country or territory? So depends on your situation, you can write, but in most of the cases I'm assuming it's no. And then you can proceed further. Criminality and security, you have to select all the option no. If you're gonna select yes, then you have to give explanation. And then you can save and continue. And then again here also you have to select no. If you select yes, then you have to give explanation. Are you ever been a member of associated with any political party? No. Have you ever witnessed or participated in the ill treatment of prisoner? No. And now it gonna come to the page where it gonna ask you some medical background question. Have you had a medical exam performed by an IRCC? So if yes, then you can say yes. I believe in most of the cases it remains no, so we have to select no and then proceed further. In the last 2 years, were you diagnosed with tuberculosis? No. In the last 5 years, have you been in close contact with person with tuberculosis? No. Medical background questions. Are you currently receiving dialysis treatment? So it depends on your condition. If yes, then you have to select yes, and then in further in the application they may ask you some document about this. So I'm gonna say no. Have you had a drug or alcohol addiction? No. Have you had a mental health issues? No. Have you ever been diagnosed with syphilis? No. Then family information. What is your current marital status? It depends on individual. You can select whatever is your status right now. So I'm gonna select single and then I proceed further. Do you have any biological, adopted or stepchildren? Depends on condition. You can say yes and then provide a detail. For now I'm gonna say no. And now we have to tell about our parents. So if you are adopted, provide the details about your legal parents. If you don't know about your parents, then you can select this and it will not ask you further question. But if you have parents, then you have to provide detail of your parents here. Then you have to put the date of birth of your father, and if that parent is deceased, then you can select this. If not, then do not select this. Occupation, you can say retire, or whatever your parent is doing right now, you can mention that thing here. Does this parent have the same address as you? Yes. Will this parent come with you Canada? No. Then save it. Then you can write about your mother. Date of birth. I'm just putting some random data here, so please do not think I'm putting the right data, but you have to put right data when you're gonna fill your application form. Homemaker, does this parent have the same address? Yes, no. That's it. Once you provided your parent details, you can move further in the application. Language of the applicant. So what is your native language or mother tongue? Whatever it is, you can write that. And then which language you prefer for communication, English or French or both. So depends on your condition, you can select which language you want us to use to contact you. So depends which language is more comfortable for you, you can select that language and then you can proceed further. Now email address of the applicant, you know what email address you have put earlier, you have to put the same email address here and put save and continue. Telephone number of the applicant, that is required. you have to write your country code and then the number. Then you can proceed further. And then you will see summary of your information. What you have to do, you have to just hit this button, expand all, and it will show you what information you have given. You can review it very carefully, and if you think any of the information you have put in this form is not right, then you can correct those information by hitting it here and then put the right information and save it and then come back here. Finally, once everything looks good, then you have to scroll down and then you have to say save and continue. And as I said, you require some documents to upload. So for document checklist, I have already made a video. You can go back to that video and check what all documents are required and what documents are good to submit with your application to support your application. So here are instructions. The size limit is 2 MB per file, so it's a maximum size limit. So if your any of the document which is more than 2 MB, it will not take it. You have to reduce the size of the file. So number one supporting document is letter of invitation. So you can add it here. I have just made some dummy document for this video. So letter of invitation here. Okay, so it is not taking it right now. Have you seen that? Because the file size limit is 2 MB, so we have to reduce the file size. So guys, first document I have already uploaded, letter of invitation. So you can change file by just clicking on it, and you guys select your file, depends where you have saved it, and then letter of invitation, open it, and then it's gonna say uploaded. Next document requires status national identity document, so you can add the file here as well. Now you have uploaded the document for national identity document, and then passport or travel document, you have to upload your passport as well. So passport is uploaded, then you have to upload a fund, proof of fund, and then you can hit add file and go to document, and then you can upload this document here. Then you will see some optional document here, depends on you. If you want to upload, you can upload it, and then if you are good with other document, then you can hit save and continue, and then it will take you to the next page which says consent and declaration. Do you consent to be contacted by CIC and the organization at CIC request in future? Then say yes, and then you have to write your name as a signature here, which is e-signature here, and the first name is again optional, and this is a privacy note, and then you can hit save and continue. And finally it will take you to the fees page, which says fees for one person is $100 and biometric again it's $85. So you have to submit a fees of $185, $100 for visa and $85 for biometric, and then you can hit save and continue. It will take you to the payment gateway. Once you do the payment, it will ask your consent that you are ready to submit your application. You have to hit submit, and then your application is submit. Voila. Today you guys have learned how to submit the visitor visa application of Canada, and hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let's meet at the camera. Thank you guys bearing with me so long. I know it's a very tedious process and long as well, but we have to go through this process, and now everybody knows it how to apply for a visitor visa through this video. So please spread this video to your family member and friends who want to come to Canada on visitor visa, so they can take help from this video while applying the visitor visa of Canada. And at last I would say be in shape, be in good health, and see you next video. Thank you guys.